Hey guys, what's up? This is Neverusedtier, and I got a pretty good NU match for you today. This one's a little longer than normal, but it's a pretty great match. So if you're here, I would stay and watch it. It's really good. So I just stayed in and went for the stealth rocks again after he tricked me the choice scarf, because I wanted to see what he was gonna do, and I switched into my Shogun to take the body slam or the um, toxic, which he ends up doing, and because I have the rest on this, and this is the only thing that I'm fine with getting a status. And then I just go for the sleep talk because that's the only thing I can do when I'm asleep, and I didn't want to switch out. But now I switch out into my nose pass because it is my specially defensive, and that crit kind of does end up mattering because then he gets damaged with his volt switch to where if I switch out and switch in, the rocks will kill me, and that is why I decided to stay in right here and just go for the volt switch. I thought he was just going to kill me, but it turns out he had the swords dance, which is kind of bad. And he went for the fire punch. I don't really know why. Nothing on my team really takes that much damage from fire punch, but whatever. I go for the sleep talk and get the roar, luckily, to get him out of there at +2. That's pretty scary. And then I get him into a Shogun. He goes for the Dragon Claw. Doesn't do a lot because I'm physically defensive. And then he goes out into his Electrode. I know he has that HP Ice, so I switch right into my Electabuzz to take that or the Thunderbolt because it could take either one pretty nice. And I go for the Hidden Power Ice, predicting him to go into his Shogun or his Marowak, but he doesn't. And then I went right back into my Shogun just in case he wanted to go for the Body Slam or the Toxic, which he does. And I just stay in trying to wake up, but he switches out, and I believe I get the Roar, and he goes into his Electrode, or he gets pushed out into his Electrode, and I predicted him to predict me to switch again, so that's why I stayed in, and I was going to wake up and go for the rest, but it didn't work out that way. Now I'm bringing my Mienfoo to go for the Fake Out, and I didn't want to switch out because my Electabuzz is at a rather low amount of HP and the rocks and stuff, so I just decided to stay in knowing I can take a hit. And I switched out now into my Floatzel because I know I can take a water move very easily. And he goes for the Aqua Jet, and he could have gone for the Waterfall because he outsped me anyways. But I just go for the sub on the switch because the switch was obvious. And I do get a little bit of hacks here because I get the flinch on that Waterfall, but it kind of actually did matter, but not really, as you will see, because he would have broken my sub most definitely. And then he goes into his Shogun, and I get another little hacks, but it really doesn't matter. I get the crit right there, and you'll see, like, this is the stally part of the game, which probably makes it a longer turns, because it was pretty pointless what we were doing. Like, I was just, I don't know why I stayed in, but I predicted him to go for the protect, and I went for the sub, but it doesn't really matter because my ice punch is doing like 20%, 23%. It's not doing a lot, not doing enough. And then I get the freeze, but once again, it doesn't matter because he thought it was the first turn. So I'm getting pretty much useless hacks here, as you'll see, because now he's just being smart and deciding to take me out. And I was just leaving my Floatzel in his fodder because I didn't really need it at all, because it's not paired up good against anything in his team, really. And I didn't need it. So I went into my Electabuzz to go for this Psychic, and I went for the Psychic. I don't know why. I didn't think the Thunderbolt would take him out. And I just was trying to play it safe. And now I go into my Mienfoo. And that Toxic miss kind of did matter. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. But I went for the Taunt. If he had stayed in and gone for anything else, it would have been better for him. But he is scared of the high jump kick. And I U-turned out into my Simisear. And I thought this Flamethrower would do more because it's specs, but I get the burn, and that also will not end up mattering, as you will see. Um, like, I did get some hacks, but it really did not matter because it, it just, you'll see. I don't want to give away the ending, and so now I predicted him to go into his Drifblim, and I just go for the U-turn so that I could go into my Electabuzz, and now I know that pretty much everything on his team is at a low enough amount of HP to get either one hit KO'd or two hit KO'd by a Thunderbolt, but he brings in his Basculin to revenge kill, and I just let my guy die because I didn't need it because Basculin could kill it. And I bring in my Mienfu to fake out, and I knew I could take one Aqua Jet. I knew I could. And then revenge kill him with the high jump kick. And this is where Mienfu is just awesome. Like, he takes him out with the high jump kick again. And here's where you see that the burn doesn't matter at all because he outspeeds me and takes me out with the body slam regardless. And then I go into my Simisear to outspeed and KO it, so that burn really did not end up mattering. I did get some hacks, but it was a great game. A very great game with Mienfu and his high jump kicks, taking out a couple pokes. And there were some very crucial plays in that game. And it was just overall great. And this is a lot longer than my normal battle, but if you're still here, leave a like if you enjoyed this, and goodbye.